me the story, the origin story of John and Nancy. Hope you can hear me. The volume is up, I think. Yeah. Okay. So this is for people who are asking, how did you meet? 33 years ago. All right, so I'll paint the scene a little bit. This is the origin story. 1987. I graduated against all odds from Oberlin College. I spent the summer up in Alaska trying to make a lot of money on a boat, catching fish and getting my share. Doesn't work out. There are no fish. It's the warmest summer in the history of summers. The fish are all way up north. I get a job in a canning factory, a cannery, for a morning, half of an afternoon. And then my friend Steve and I were working there, and he said, "This is some bullshit. We gotta get out of here." I said, "Yes, this is terrible." And he said, "If we quit, they won't pay us for 2 weeks. But if we get fired, we get paid this afternoon." So I said, "Okay, what do we do?" And so we went up to the supervisor. We're in this we're on a line, scooping out fish. Is terrible. And Steve says, "Hey man, if we quit, we get paid in 2 weeks. If we get fired, we get paid this afternoon. Can you fire us?" And the guy was cool. He said, "You're fired." And we got paid like $18. And so I spent the summer in a quarry, a rock quarry, outside of town, Ketchikan, Alaska, with a bunch of lunatics, Vietnam vets, bikers, thieves, just lunatics. And we just survived somehow. We panhandled, we made it. And then August comes, late August, and I fly back home. I had a ticket that I bought before I left, return ticket, flew back to St. Louis, got in my car, and drove to Dallas, Texas, because I had gotten into Southern Methodist University in graduate school for acting. And so I drove to Dallas, Texas, where Southern Methodist University is. And this is 1987. No email, no cell phones, letters, envelopes, stamps, letters. And we had received a list of all our classmates, their names, their addresses, their phone numbers. So I had that. And then there was another letter waiting for me when I flew home from someone named Nancy Walsh. And she had sent a letter to everyone saying, "Hey, let's all have a little party, get to meet each other before we go to school." Because we were all coming in that weekend, and then Monday was the first day of class. So Nancy, even then, was so smart. She organized a party, and she had this really nice apartment that I lived in later that had a pool, big pool. And so, I drive in on like a Friday night. Saturday, I go to this party. And it's like you remember where they had the big gates and the fences so that somebody wouldn't fall into the pool and drown and sue everybody. So I walk up to this gate, knock on the gate swings open, and there is this gorgeous woman, stunning, long black hair, blue eyes, stylish hat, great body. And I'm like, damn. And so I hold out my hand and I say, "Hi, I'm John Clancy." She says, "Well, I could never marry you." No context. I did not know her first name was Nancy. So I hold out my hand and say, "Hi, I'm John Clancy." I get back, "Well, I could never marry you." And I say, "Well, I don't remember asking, but that's kind of weird." She goes, "Oh, no, I'm Nancy. Oh, hey, Nancy." And, that was the beginning. Her first words to me, "I could never marry you." And so we fall in love, like immediately. We were both engaged to other people when we met. I was engaged to a woman named Diana Saez. She was engaged to some guy. And so that was hard. But we were best friends. And then one night, we were drinking down, and we drank at a bar called Adair's in downtown Dallas. Sally, other people, Joe, other people remember this bar. It was great. It was a fireman's bar. It was pretty hardcore. Pool tables, whiskey, beer, firemen, and us for some reason. And it was before Christmas, December, and there was a snowstorm, which never happens in Dallas, very rarely. So they don't know how to drive in the snow. So we're drunk, and we're driving back home. And I say to Nan, we're not dating, we're just friends. And I say to her, you're pretty drunk. I should drive. Let me drive. So I get into her car, start driving. Straight up 75, just one highway. And there were like 300 auto accidents that night. We were one of them. We were coming up a crest, not speeding, maybe 40 miles an hour. And I see in front of me a Porsche parallel in the road, like blocking 2 lanes. And we're going 40 miles an hour. And it's snowing, ice everywhere. So I say to Nan, we're going to hit him. Brace yourself. Just brace yourself. Your seatbelt's on. There's no way. Because if I went to the right, I would have gone into the traffic. And if I went to the left, I would have gone into the guardrail. So I just had to pump the brakes. And I hit that guy. And his car spun around. I totaled Nancy's car. The guy who owned the Porsche had been in an accident about 2 minutes before we hit him. So thankfully he was out of the car on the side of the road. So we call, a cop pulls up, and because there were so many accidents, he was like, "Are you guys okay? You got to exchange insurance information?" We were like, "Yeah, officer." And he never tested us for drunk driving, drove away. So I take the car to a mechanic that was open. And I say to Nancy, "Look, you're really upset. You should come to my apartment. You can't go home alone because your car's totaled. You're scared." And so we go back to my place. We get on the couch and we start holding hands. And the hands begin to explore. And we make love on the couch, not even in the bed. It was magic. It was amazing. It was incredible. But the next day, I wake up, and as you all know, I'm an idiot. And I say to her, "Hey, that was a mistake. We're friends. We're very good friends. This is going to screw up our friendship. We shouldn't do this." And she was like, "Are you serious? That was amazing." I was like, "I know, but we shouldn't." And she leaves. And I'm sitting on the couch. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm still even drunk. I'm not even hungover yet. And I close my eyes and go, "Oh, okay, good. You dodged a bullet. You just had sex with Nancy Walsh and it was amazing, but no, this is bad." I close my eyes, man. I'll never forget this. It's like it happened 2 minutes ago. I closed my eyes and I had the physical sensation of falling forever in the darkness, lying there on the couch. And I leapt up and I walked out and I walked over to her apartment where she was crying. And I said, "I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong. And she's looking at me like, "What? You just broke up with me we weren't even together, and you broke up with me. And now you're saying what?" I said, "I'm sorry. Stupid man. I love you. I'm sorry. Please reverse." And she's like all confused and mad. But anyway, we fell in love. And the day we finally said to everyone that we were a couple was the day that I got kicked out of grad school. So we walked hand in hand in front of all our friends and everyone. And they were like, "I knew it. I knew you guys. Ah." And we were like, yeah, we love each other and this is what it is. And then she went to her evaluation, whatever, at the end of the year. And of course, they said, "You're amazing." Of course. I went to mine. They said, "You out. Go. Get away." And so I had to walk out and say, Now that we're officially in love, I have to move away. I'm going to LA. And we spent a couple years apart. But that's the origin story. I could never marry you. All right. I think I hit all the good points. I didn't want to talk to you guys forever. So that's how it happened. That's how we met. And 33 years later. Yeah. Oh, and the joke is when she said, I could never marry you, our joke was, I said to myself that night, this is not true, but it's funny. I said to myself, no woman says that to me. No woman. So it's a 30-year marriage based entirely on spite. That's the punchline. All right, y'all. Love you. Thanks for watching.